Another day, another video of first aid by. The truth about cold compress for fever. First aid by. A fever is a common symptom of many illnesses, and managing it can be a tricky business. One way to help bring down a fever is to use a cold compress. Cold compresses are simple and easy to use, and they can be an effective way to reduce your temperature. In this video, we'll discuss the benefits of using a cold compress for fever and the best way to use one. A cold compress is a cloth or compress that has been cooled, usually with ice or a refrigerant, and applied to the skin to reduce inflammation, pain, or fever. Benefits of cold compress for fever. Reduces body temperature. A cold compress is a great way to reduce body temperature when you are experiencing a fever. When applied to the forehead or other areas of the body, a cold compress can help to reduce the body temperature and the accompanying fever. This is because the cold compress helps to slow down the body's temperature-regulating mechanisms, which helps to reduce the fever. Not only will a cold compress help to alleviate the symptoms of a fever, but it will also help to reduce the chances of the fever progressing or getting worse. A cold compress is an effective and safe way to reduce body temperature and treat a fever, making it an excellent choice for anyone looking for relief. Relieves discomfort. A cold compress is an effective way to relieve discomfort associated with a fever. It works by reducing inflammation and helping to draw heat away from the body, reducing the temperature and promoting comfort. A cold compress is also an excellent way to soothe aching muscles and joints. Additionally, it can help reduce swelling and help to relieve headache pain. Cold compresses can be applied several times a day for a few minutes at a time to help reduce fever and treat discomforts. Eases inflammation. Cold compresses are a great way to help reduce fever and inflammation. When applied to the affected area, a cold compress can reduce swelling, redness, and discomfort. It can also help to reduce fever and can help to support the body's natural healing process. Additionally, cold compresses can be used to help reduce the risk of further inflammation and can be used preventatively to reduce the risk of fever and inflammation. This makes cold compresses an ideal choice for those who suffer from inflammation and fever. How to use a cold compress for fever. Preparation. Preparing a cold compress for fever is a simple process that can be done in a few minutes. Begin by filling a bowl or bucket with cold water. If you have access to ice, you can add a few cubes to the water to make it colder. Once the water is cold enough, wet a cloth or towel with the water, wring it out, and place it on the forehead. Make sure the compress is cold but not too cold as it can cause discomfort. If the compress is too cold, remove it after a few minutes and replace it with a slightly warmer compress. Repeat this process as necessary to help reduce the fever. Application. Using a cold compress for fever is a simple, safe, and effective method for treating mild fever. It involves placing a cold compress on the forehead or temples for a few minutes. To use a cold compress, you will need a clean cloth, cold tap water, and a bowl. Begin by soaking the cloth in cold water and wringing out the excess water. Place the cloth on the forehead or temples and leave it there for 5 to 10 minutes. After this time, remove the compress and discard it. Repeat the process as needed until the fever dissipates. For best results, keep a cool, damp cloth on the forehead or temples for 15 to 20 minutes at a time. Precautions. Skin sensitivity. Skin sensitivity is a common problem that can cause a variety of discomforts such as itching, redness, and irritation. To protect your skin from further irritation, it is important to take some preventive measures. Use gentle, non-irritating products such as gentle cleansers, moisturizers, and sunscreens with SPF. Avoid frequent hot showers and baths, and instead opt for lukewarm water. When you are outdoors, cover your skin with protective clothing, hats, and sunglasses to protect it from the harmful effects of the sun. Lastly, always apply moisturizer after washing your skin to keep it hydrated and healthy. By taking these precautions, you can ensure that your skin remains healthy and free from sensitivity. Avoiding overuse. The most important precaution to take when it comes to avoiding overuse is to be mindful of how often you use something. Whether it's an appliance, technology, or an activity, it's important to be aware of the amount of time and energy you're putting into it. Taking regular breaks and varying your activities can help prevent overuse. Additionally, listening to your body and being mindful of any pain or discomfort you may be feeling is important. If something is causing pain, it's best to take a break and seek medical advice if necessary. Not suitable for young children. It is important to take precautions when dealing with items that are not suitable for young children. These items can include anything from small pieces that may be choking hazards, to toys or materials that may be toxic. It is recommended to keep these items out of reach of young children, and to read the labels carefully before making a purchase to ensure that the item is age-appropriate. It is also important to be aware of the safety standards for these items and to follow any instructions or warnings that come with them. Thanks for watching.